Business advice that's blindingly obvious once you know it. When is the best time to handle objections when you're having a sales conversation with a potential customer or client? The answer is before they come up. Handle the objections before they come up. Now, there are three main types of objections in sales, and they are time, money, and trust. When somebody says they don't have the time or it's not the right time, what they're really saying is that you are not a priority. So if that's the case, you need to be introducing the cost of inaction. If the cost of inaction is very, very high, suddenly you become a priority. Cost of inaction, COI. If the question is about money, you need to be talking about the ROI, the return on investment. Because if somebody says, whoa, that seems expensive, and you haven't introduced the ROI, the return on investment, it's usually because they can't see the upside yet. So to them, it seems like a cost rather than an investment. Now, the third one is the trickiest, and that's called trust. And there's two sides to this piece. Firstly, they need to be able to trust you. But you know what? This is actually not a big objection. At least it's not in our world. Most people that arrive on a phone call or a Zoom call with one of my crew have usually watched some videos, they've been part of our email newsletter for a bit. Their trust in us is very high. But the other side of trust, because it's a double-sided coin, is that they just don't trust themselves. They don't trust that they're in a position to get the result that you're talking about. Maybe they think that they lack an ability. Maybe they think that they won't follow through. Maybe they think that what you do is not right for them. So I brought up the statement a little bit earlier, the question, when is the best time to handle objections? And the answer is before they come up. If you want to tackle this trust issue, one of my favorite strategies is write down all the reasons why they might say no from a trust perspective. It usually comes down to all the things that they might lack. And they're things like, oh, I won't be able to do it because I don't have a Facebook ads budget, or I won't be able to do it because I'm not a very good copywriter, or I won't be able to get a result because blah, 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 blah. Everyone's got their own fears and their own anxieties. Everybody suffers from imposter syndrome. Here's my tip. Write down all those anxieties and turn them into products. So in our world, for example, when we're selling software for the purposes of managing sales and marketing, people will often say, but I won't be able to get the leads. How will I get the leads? So as a bonus, we offer training, how to get 100 leads in 10 days. So when we're at the point of selling, we introduce the product, the price, the investment, the cost of inaction, and then we run through all these extras that the person is going to get. And these extras progressively tick off all the different reasons why they say no as a bonus. Now, if you're really into sales, you're probably thinking ahead. And yes, you can take those bonuses that you've just introduced for the specific purpose of tackling this issue of trust, and you can use that to create a little bit of scarcity too. So when is the best time to handle an objection? Before they come up. What are the typical types of objections? Time, money, trust. If we want to tackle time, we need to turn it into a priority by introducing the cost of inaction. If the objection is about money, we haven't introduced the return on investment. If it's all about trust, we need to tackle all those fears before they come up. And I think that the best way, or at least one of the best ways to do that, is to take their barriers, their mental barriers, and turn them into bonuses.